What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. Now, as you can see on the screen, this is a fine looking art which I used as a thumbnail, and I'm just going to keep moving to the right just to be showing you some other images I created using entirely AI, and these are images I used as my thumbnails for real. So if you want to see how I made this, keep watching to find out. So from the title, you must have known that we would need two tools, and they are actually free to use. One is Ideogram and the other is ChatGPT. And come to think of it, they have some logos looking very similar. I don't know, coincidence? Now, Ideogram is a tool that I'm impressed with. I've made a video about it already. If you haven't watched it, I'm going to just link it above this video. And one of the reasons why I'm impressed with Ideogram is the fact that it brings out texts so clearly, and this has given us opportunity to create something even more. Now, what we want to do with Ideogram is to create YouTube thumbnails, just like I've shown you in the intro. The first thing we want to do is to just go to chatgpt.com. If you haven't created an account, it's free. Just go there, and as it is, you can get up to 20 prompts per day on GPT-4o. Next up, we need to create a prompt that we can impute into Ideogram for it to create a detailed thumbnail. But then one of the reasons why we all have issues creating thumbnails is the fact that we don't know what to put. We don't know the images to use. We don't know the colors to use. We don't know the text to use. Even the caption is a problem. So for this reason, I'm just going to go Google some guidelines for the best YouTube thumbnail from any source that I feel is reliable, and take those ideas from there. So when you Google best YouTube thumbnail creation tips, there's so many results, and we'll be interested in the articles. So I actually like this article giving 5 tips for creating a click-worthy YouTube thumbnail from Descript. Shout out to Descript, not sponsored, but I just like your article on this. And I like the tips given, especially the part that mentions use text sparingly, because you don't want to crowd the thumbnail with text. Use color as a tool. It also mentioned use the power of emotion. So we don't really need to know all of this. So all I need to do now is copy these entire tips and start from here down to the last part. So now, after copying the article, I pasted it here in my ChatGPT prompt window, and I gave it this prompt. Above is an article on 5 important tips to follow when creating a click-worthy YouTube thumbnail. I'll be providing you with either a YouTube video idea or a specific video title. The reason why I'm giving it this flexibility is sometimes I may not really have the title in mind, but I want to have the idea of how the thumbnail might look. And from the thumbnail, you could also get the perfect video idea, the perfect video title, I mean. Or if I already have a specific video title, I can just use it. So I continued by saying, once I do, I need you to take note of all the tips mentioned above and incorporate them into creating 5 prompts for 5 different click-worthy YouTube thumbnails. Do you understand? Now, the reason why I am actually adding this last part is to ensure that ChatGPT fully understands what I have given it. And by doing this, I'm just creating more like a machine where anytime I have a video idea or a YouTube title, I can just come insert it into this particular prompt, and it's going to generate 5 title ideas. And notice I mentioned 5 ideas because I may like the first one, I may not like the second, or I may hit the first 4 and like the 5th. So let's go ahead and see what ChatGPT comes up with. Now ChatGPT is trying to process the whole article, and all right, so it's actually to let me know that it has understood all I've given it. It's actually summarizing and saying, yes, I understand. I'll create 5 prompts for this, and it's going to take all these key tips. It has given me the 5 tips, which are the headings for each of those tips. But the thing is, each of these tips had like content under it, so it's going to use the content to elaborate more on these tips. Please provide a video idea or specific title, and I'll generate thumbnail prompts accordingly. So on to the next step, creation of video thumbnails. Let's think of a thumbnail to create. I'm into tech, but then for the purpose of this video, let's say you have a YouTube channel about gardening. I don't know much about gardening, but I'm still going to use it anyway. Let's say we have a video idea about gardening, and I'm just going to come up with a video idea for the gardening niche. All right, so this is the idea I was able to come up with. A video on the importance of using fertilizers in your homegrown plants. The video will cover all the best practices you are advised to follow. So let's see how it handles this. I would have just gone with a title straight up, but I want to see how this handles everything. So from this, we have it generating 5 prompts. It's going to tell you the color scheme. It's going to tell you the type of text that should be on it. And look at this, grow strong, just 2 words. And look at this also, transform your plants. So I don't really need to see or read this, because to me, this still doesn't make so much sense. I can just read it and still just wouldn't translate to the visuals. So I would just copy everything as it is. And that's one thing I like with Ideogram. The prompt doesn't really need to be in a paragraph form. You could have the prompt just looking like this, and copy and paste it there. So I'm just going to paste it here. And since we are creating a YouTube thumbnail, it's going to be horizontal. And I'm just going to select I like using the photo in collaboration with that cinematic feeling. And I'm just going to generate. Now, at the moment, Ideogram has either one of the two. Either it has limited resources or it has so much traffic. But sometimes you get to see that you won't be able to generate until you wait for some time. So just look at what we have here. What do you think about the first result from the first 5 prompts? If it's something that you feel you can use, you can go ahead and use it. This is entirely generated by AI. Oh, I love this. I love this. I actually also love the first one. I think that was it. Yes. So from each, Ideogram will also generate 4 results, which you can choose. And look at the text. It's bold, it's readable, and this can stand as a very good YouTube thumbnail. I can go ahead and keep generating them, but from now you get the idea. Let's just go ahead and generate the second one and wrap this video up. But I don't know, do you think this would determine the future of thumbnail generation? I mean, I know the problems I usually face when generating thumbnails. In fact, this video's thumbnail would be generated using this method. Wow, this is beautiful. This is really great to see. And just to mention, with Ideogram, as a free account, you get 10 prompts per day. But I feel this is more than enough. Like per day, you get 10 prompts, and each prompt would generate 4 images for you to see. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. What do you think? How do you see yourself using this? Do you think this video has been helpful? Please, if it has been helpful, please click on the subscribe button, because I try by all means to come up with things that would be helpful. I don't know, in my way. But let me know what you think while I go explore these features and create thumbnails for this video. So I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.